Hi, it's Angela again with Integrity Home Care. Again, welcoming you aboard. And in this video, we'll be going over what we brushed on briefly in the previous video, and that is the Sign Now documents. Okay, so get ready to feel like you're signing a house. That's kind of how I feel every single time I have to look at these documents because they are massive. Like, this is the printout, so many pages. So buckle down, grab some snacks, and get ready. Okay, the first thing that you're gonna see in your, obviously you're not gonna have about a million papers like this. It's gonna be on the computer and you're just gonna click, 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 and sign it. But please know what you're signing because I'm gonna hold you accountable. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna sign is a job description. That's a job description of the personal support caregiver, which is you. So your responsibilities are to provide non-medical. Please don't be changing catheters and IVs and giving medicine because you're not a nurse. I'm a nurse, but I can't even do that here because our licensure is non-medical, okay? So we're providing non-medical. That means we are not doing nursing work, okay, to these clients. We're gonna be on time, we're gonna be scheduled for our visits, and we're gonna let the supervisor know if we're not going to be on time, right? We're gonna be familiar with the rules, with the policies, with the procedures, and what we're supposed to be doing there. We don't want to show up and act like we don't know what we're doing because that's not going to be good. So let's not. We're going to submit the required documentation in a timely manner. It says on number 4. And guess what timely means? Right now, this shift. It does not mean that you can go next week and chart for today because you can't. We're going to chart today. We're going to get signatures today, okay, at each visit. We're going to follow the service plan of this person. So we're going to look at the ADLs, that's activity of daily living. We're going to see what it tells us to do. If it tells us to sweep, we're going to sweep. If it tells us to change the bed as needed, we're going to try to get ourselves on a schedule, like when should that happen, weekly, whatever. If it tells us that we should be doing something and we don't do it, then we're going to notate it. Why did we not do this? Because the VA or whoever the payer source is, they're going to look at these notes and they're going to want to know why you didn't do what the nurse who wrote the care plan said for you to do. So make sure that you're documenting. We're going to keep records of all these people, their names, and everything you do, like top secret, okay? So don't go to Bob's house and tell Bob what you just did at John's house, okay? Because that will make you pay a lot of money for a HIPAA violation, so don't do it. If there's any accident or injury to yourself or to your client, call the office. Here's the number, 423-428-9291. And to report any suspicious abuse or neglect, that'll be me. So you'll see this on a test question. Angela Thompson is the abuse coordinator for Integrity Home Care. All right, job duties. What may you do? Meal preparation, wash the dishes, help wash the client, dress them, do their laundry, help them eat, visit with them, recreational activities, housekeeping, dusting, sweeping, vacuuming, mopping, washing the windows, making the bed, changing the linens, taking out the trash. Please don't pile the trash up in the floor. Take it out. Clean the bathrooms. Whatever the care plan says do, just do it. And there's no real reason unless your client, and you'll catch on if you need to do this, just do what the care plan says. You don't have to ask them because they're going to feel like they're inconveniencing you if you're asking them before you do every single thing. Unless you're in one of those houses where they don't like for you, to feel like you're taking over, and you'll learn your client. In that case, sir, I was just wondering, are you okay with me taking out the trash now? Or you might phrase it like, okay, I was going to get the trash now if that's okay with you. But you'll learn how to communicate with each person. So, important note, do not drive your clients. Don't drive them in your car. Don't drive them in their car. Don't drive them in their grandma's car. Don't drive them in anybody's car. Don't even put them on the back of the bicycle and pedal them to town. Do not drive your clients. Side note, do not take money from your clients. Don't take birthday presents. Don't take Christmas presents. Don't go buy things for them and let them pay you back. No money, no driving. Okay? All right, so you'll sign that. And the next page is going to be called the worker notice. Worker notice. Read through these documents, but long story short, this says that we pay your payroll taxes, we pay your Social Security and your unemployment, your workers' compensation in the event that you're injured on a job. Your case manager is your direct supervisor, and you can contact Shannon at 423-428-9291, and Shannon is extension 1. If you're a caregiver, Shannon is your direct supervisor. You'll also have a field supervisor. That's going to be a nurse that comes out to the houses. But Shannon is your number 1 contact person. So as your employer, what I expect from you is that you'll pass your background check. Your background check will be repeated criminal background every 2 years, and your sexual assault abuse registry is done every year. You must have positive references from people that you've given us to contact, and you must sign this worker notice. So that is a state form, not a big deal. Just read it and go ahead and sign it. The next thing on that list is going to be reporting abuse and neglect and exploitation. So I am the care coordinator here for abuse and exploitation, and the client's rights are, and I'm going to read these, to be treated with consideration, respect, and full recognition of their dignity and individuality, and have courteous, compassionate care. They have the right to be protected by us from physical, neglect, verbal, and emotional abuse, including corporal punishment, and free from all forms of misappropriation and exploitation. To voice grievances, the clients do have freedom from restraint. You cannot coerce them, or they cannot be afraid of reprisal in complaining against you. We have a legal obligation to assist them with the exercise of their civil rights, such as voting and jury duty. They have the right to privacy when they receive care. They need to know about the care that you're planning for them, and they have a right to refuse and to be informed of the impact of their refusal towards their care. They have a right to be involved in any kind of changes that you make to their care plan. And the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Office of Licensure complaint intake number is 1-866-797-9470. And the Department of Human Services Adult Protection Agency is 1-888-277-8366. But if you suspect any of those things, if you'll just call me here at 423-428-9291, I'll assist in any appropriate reporting. The next thing is health and safety, infection control, and the COVID-19 policy. And this just says that you're going to lift with proper techniques. Injuries must be reported to the office. And if you fail to report injuries, then your bills may or may not get paid. You're going to follow infection control by using universal precautions, wearing gloves. Please don't change anybody's bodily fluids without gloves. And please wash your hands before and after you're providing this care. And the next thing is general expectations. That talks about employee dress codes. Our dress code is solid gray scrubs, closed-toed shoes only, no pajamas, no flip-flops, and no shorts, no matter what. I don't care if your client says that those are okay things. Those are absolutely not okay things. Your name badge must be worn at all times, and if you have long hair like this, keep it tied back away from your face. And if you're providing patient care or client care, no long nails like mine. Jewelry is limited to 1 ring per hand. No earrings. You would not want to wear earrings like this because you could get your ear ripped out. So your policies and procedures training, the policies and procedures book is kept in my office. Your cell phone policy. Your cell phone policy is you do not use your cell phone while you're at work. unless you are clocking in, clocking out, or charting, or you're speaking to the office. Your phone should be on silence while you're inside their homes, and failure to comply with this can result in termination. Your clients do not like for you to be on the phone. I don't care if they tell you you can be on the phone, you cannot be on the phone. You're on the time clock. The government is not paying for you to be on the phone, so do not be on the phone. You can be drug screened at any time for any reason, and if you do not agree to that, then you will be terminated immediately, and we may search your personal belongings while you're on a shift if we have a reason to believe that you have came to work under the influence or theft. The background fee, if you don't work for 90 days, is $79. Right here on this page is where you're signing that. The next page talks about sexual harassment. Basically, if you're saying anything sexually inappropriate that hurts someone else's feelings, then you could be charged with sexual harassment. So read over this form carefully before you sign it. It talks about the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and offensive work environments. Don't create a hostile work environment or you will have to find another place to work. The next one is the Privacy Care Code of Conduct. Basically, a long story short in that is don't talk about anybody to anybody. And if you just keep that good rule of thumb, if you just go about your life as if you don't have any other clients, then you can't go wrong with that. The next page is new hire payroll registration. So this is going to go to HR. The following Monday after you've begun working, our HR department will reach out to you. They will send an email address to the email address that you've listed on this sheet, and they will create a TurboTax account for you. You'll get an email from Workforce Management, Workforce Development, and that's where you're going to fill out your W-4 and tell how much to be withheld, and you will submit your own banking information for your direct deposit. We do pay weekly on Fridays, and you will most likely see your paycheck going in before Friday. A lot of times you will see your pay stub on Wednesday, but please do not call the office until Friday afternoon if you haven't received that, because our payday is technically on Friday. So you'll sign that. The next 3 pages, I think, is going to be your I-9, and that's just where you're, telling the government that you're allowed to work in America. So fill that out. And if you need any help, just call the office. The next thing is gonna be a new hire audit. I think you just type your name on there. And basically what happens with these is this whole thing just prints out and it goes straight into your file. So there's going to be pages in here that don't have anything to do with you, but it just makes sure that we don't make something come up missing, okay? So the next thing is Integrity Home Care Funds Care Policy and GPS. It's just saying what I've already said. Don't babysit, don't take money for people, don't do side jobs for people, don't clock in the driveway unless you can see them and you're at their door getting ready to go in and provide service. Don't clock in, don't borrow money, don't take gifts, and signature. We can see the exact GPS coordinates of your clock in. We can tell if you're in their living room or if you're on the curb. So make good choices. Act with integrity in all that you do. The next thing, you'll just write your name up on the top. That's going to be for internal. Every time we assign you to a new client, we'll fill that out. And then the next thing is your competency. And that's going to be several pages of test. And you will see that in another video. But basically, from there on out, it's just going to be places where you've put your name. And the last thing is going to be a attendance policy. So just read over that very closely because it can be a little bit confusing. Long story short, go to work, Go to work, go to work, go to work. And if you can't go to work, call the office and let us know, because I do not want you to get a negligence charge on you and you to never be able to work in healthcare again. So I want to be very, very clear that if you no call, no show to a visit, I do have to report that to the state of Tennessee licensure, and you will be investigated. So please, 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 if you're scheduled for a shift, show up or call Shannon. Don't want to be scaring you off. This is a great place to work. We all love each other. I think people that have been here for very long love their coworkers. They love what they do. I have people that have worked with me for 5 years now, and a lot of those people have been CNAs to me, or something have worked with me where I've been out in the field as a nurse. And here in the office, and there's going to be an introduction video about letting you meet all of the office staff. But I am surrounded with a group of people that I love to work with every day. Everybody here is my friend or my family member, and I feel like it's such a great environment where we truly love each other. So we look forward to welcoming you to doing just that, to loving us and to growing a friendship with us. So again, welcome to Integrity Home Care.